Yes, sir. Welcome back to Cracked. You guys already know what it is. We're going to hop right into it. This is my Tenpai Dragon Decklist. So, we got the Bestial Magnemite. You got the 2 green, the 3 red, and the 3 white. There you go. That is basically everybody's deck is going to be the same. The Magnemite is the only one that's up for question, but for me, I enjoy it. It's a go in second deck. For the most part, you can use it. You got the 3 quicks play, your terraforming, the 3 field spell, and the 3 pot of prosperity. So there's your engine for the deck. 19 cards for now until we get new support. Next up, it's pretty basic. You got the 3 Ash, you got the 3 Veiler, and the 3 Imperm. Everybody else's deck list is probably going to include those, and most might include the Triple Tactics main deck as well. If not, you'll see those inside. Pretty basic. We are, however, main decking the Called by the Grave. You will see why. I will explain it in a second. We got the 3 Crossout Designator. Most decks are playing the Ash, Effect Veilers, Infinite, and Perms, Triple Tact. Like, most decks, you don't have to play every hand trap in the book to make Crossout valuable, right? And it is a quick spell. Same with Called By. That's why I enjoy Called By. You can set it going first. It's just more options than having just your quick spell and Imperm set with Hermetic Seals. You can also set the Called By, set the Crossout, set your Forbidden Droplets. That's why I play Forbidden Droplets. Good for going first or second. You can always side them out, but even going second, they could be more valuable, and you can see very early on if the 1 Ash Blossom that you draw, or the 1 Effect Veiler, or the mix of, an Imperm, Effect Veiler, and Droplet, maybe you want to hold on. You can also, if you're going second and you have a Droplet, you're also drawing into a 6 card, right? You're most likely going to have 3 to 4 hand traps and or board wipes. And if you have 3 to 4 board wipes, that's overkill, so I don't mind having a little bit less and not maining the rest of the board wipes, and instead maining the 3 Cosmic Cyclone. This is insane because a lot of people would not be playing Cosmic Cyclones in the main deck at least. But if we're going second, we don't want to see a Floodgate. And most decks have field spells. Just Cosmic Cyclones. They're always valuable. I don't see why people have stepped back from, there was a point in time where we were all main decking like Twin Twisters, or at least like having them inside. Now everybody has, the Harpies, Feather Duster, but I don't know. I find Cosmic Cyclone is a nice surprise to have main deck. A lot of people, you'll catch them off. You're going to draw maybe 1 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Forbidden Droplet, 1 Effect Veiler, maybe a starter and a Crossout or whatever. That's crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, the combinations you can do a lot more with, and you're a lot safer. You're not going to get blown out of the water. Being made to go first, you have so many options to set cards now that, there's a possibility, because you have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 quick spells and or traps. If you're made to go first, you could theoretically set 5 pass. And they won't know what to do with themselves, right? They'll be like, what am I playing against? I don't know. This is just in theory. I've only played a couple of times with this deck, and this is just my take on it, early takes. I'm just getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I pulled everything, so I'm playing it. But yeah, so that's the main deck. 41, I believe. And I'm happy with it. You guys might want the even 40. I'm not mad. Like I said, this is just my take on it and my theories. So nobody's right, nobody's wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's all just theory crafting, and at the end of the day, you could have the perfect deck list and misplay, and so it don't matter, right? At the end of the day, remember to have fun, love each other, don't be all hateful. I know sometimes because we're spending so much money on this product that we can lose our cool. And it's not like we can be like, oh, I don't want to spend so much money on this product. We want to play, right? We want to be the best we can be, and it's inevitable that eventually we're going to crack sometimes. So just remember, we're all human. Don't beat yourself up too much. Don't beat up other people. We're all dealing with our own demons. And just spread the love. But yeah, so my little rant over. Side deck. We'll go right away. We got the Ghost Ogre, the Droll and Lock, and the D-Shifter. I chose these three and not like Nibiru or, I don't know. I can't even remember the other sisters right now. But Ghost Ogre, if we're playing against Tenpai, we're most likely going to see some Ghost Ogres. Droll and Lock is a very popular hand trap at the moment. And D-Shifter, it doesn't make or break us, but it makes or breaks other decks. And because we're a graveyard deck, they'll still probably try and pull it on us. So just having it, also flexing the 25th century one that I pulled. So I have to have it in the deck, okay? I play my cards. I don't put them in glass cases. To each their own, but I want to play with the shiny cardboard. The Mind Control and the Change of Heart. Nothing to say there. You guys know those. The Harpy's Feather Duster, the Lightning Storm, ×2, plus the 3 Cosmic Cyclone. We're not really losing to back row. Ultimate Slayer, Ultimate Slayer, Ultimate Slayer. So that's going to show you what's in our side deck. This is just a placeholder. This is supposed to be an Evil Twin. I thought I had an Evil Twin. I guess I don't. And last but not least, you guys know what we got to play. The 3D barrier if we are forced to go first. So the way I look at it with this build, it's very, it's generic for everybody. Depending on what your locals are, you might want to play whatever in your side deck. But I think this covers most bases. Big boss monsters, or like Appaloosa, obviously, if you're going second and you're playing against decks that are making Appo. You might want to throw in the Mind Control and the Change of Heart. Very easy. It's just as good as a board wipe if they're only setting up Appo and back row or whatever. Your D-Shifter, Droll and Lock, and Ghost Ogre, you can all side those in for yourself depending on what you're playing against as well. That's why I like playing those three. If Nibiru becomes more prevalent, we might have to start. But honestly, it doesn't bother us. We just might want to play it for other decks because all of our summoning could be during the battle phase. If you play your cards right and you read your opponent's cards properly, we should be Gucci. But yeah, so that's it for your side deck. I don't know why I forgot what it was called for a second. Onto your extra deck. I guess what I could have done is just put, here. We'll do your targets first for Ultimate Slayer and get those out of the way. I was going to talk about those last, so I might as well talk about those first. To each their own. You guys will find out why if you're playing Ultimate Slayer. Just do your research. This is a draw. Yeah, just do your research. Evil Twins Trouble Sunny is just the best one for links. You could use the Paleo one to protect back row. And like with this deck, I was thinking about it, but if you're siding in Ultimate Slayer, you're using it to go second. You're not trying to draw it turn 1. That's just going to screw you over. And you like to hope to just side it in to draw it for turn 3. Yeah, no, it doesn't even make sense. So just play these. These are the 4. For Synchro, there are actually a couple different ones that you can play. These, in my opinion, are the best ones of these three types. But for Synchro, look up, and to each their own for that one. Especially if you're playing a Synchro deck, it might even just be more beneficial for you to throw your own Synchro monsters in the grave. Just think about that. It could end up being an engine card for you. And that's what I always thought with like Garura and Ultimate Slayer. If I'm playing it in Tier Elements, you can get a Garura engrave, get a draw, and then let's say you mill, you can make a Drago Stapelia right off the bat and get Garura back into your extra deck to use for another Ultimate Slayer. Because if I'm correct, Ultimate Slayer is not once per turn. It hasn't come up yet, so I don't... Where are you? Oh, you're on my side. Ultimate Slayer is not once per turn. So, that's cool. Yeah, so that's it. Those are your Ultimate Slayer targets. Next up. 2. Explanation. Don't get caught with your pants down. Alright? Better safe than sorry. You have the space for it. Don't get cute. I've played, you can maybe summon 1 or 2 other monsters, but for the most part, like, it's like you're supposed to run right through them and OTK them first turn. So there's not really a grind game. You want to use your dragons for what they're used for, right? We do play the one Iodized Meteor Burst, the one Samurai Destroyer, your Rose package, and last but not least, what I really like is Coral Dragon. So I will explain this for 1 minute, and then let you guys go on your merry way. If not, that's the deck list. You guys can go on your merry way. Real quick, Coral Dragon. I was in a grind game where I had Tenpai Pydra on board, and it was just like, you know, drawing card for card, and I drew into an Ash Blossom, and I couldn't attack or something, or he had a floodgate that was preventing me from doing something. And I had other cards in hand, but I didn't have any of my dragons to make a bigger monster or to do anything. And I was like, if only I could normal summon this Ash and sync for a level 6, right? And that's where Coral Dragon comes into play. It's actually really cool that we get to play a water. It's a dragon synchro, so it actually does work with your field spell that says, if this card is destroyed during the battle phase, you can target one dragon synchro monster you control, double its attack. So it is a dragon synchro. It does work that way too. So yeah. Also, it's a tuner itself, so you can't just use this to sync and go into this, because it says non-tuner dragon monsters. And your only other level 4 happens to be a tuner. So I don't know how cute you want to get with this idea. This is just sweet because once per turn you can discard 1 card, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. This can get over floodgates. So yeah, that's why I want to play it. And like I said, you have the space to do some cute things with this extra deck. So just think about it, work on it. Spread the love. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.